Well, all roads lead to Times Square, Menlyn Maine in Pretoria for EFC81 in 5 days. Two of the world's most exciting strikers will collide in a matchup of epic proportions. Former champion Nkazimulo Zulu goes head-to-head with #1 contender Faeez Jacobs for the EFC interim bantamweight championship. The two join me in studio, Zulu boy and troublemaker. Gentlemen, so I went to the green room, and you guys, you're not smiling. I was like, but guys, the fight is still 5 days away. But let's start with, I think, the big question, in particular with mixed martial arts. How big is it now in South Africa? I remember when EFC started, was it going to gain traction? But as it is, I know it is one of the best and biggest tickets for any evening. Let's start with you, Nkazimulo.
Thanks for having us here and giving us the opportunity to say our platform. Yes, man. EFC MMA is in the whole way. It is a very fastest growing sport everywhere. Like in America, here in South Africa as well, we have EFC. So it started as small, but now it's big. As you can see, guys like us, we in a big people's eyes, like SABC, like super sport, which is very good for us as as athletes. So it's very, very good for us.
Faeez, I mean, you think of the traction that it has gained. I mean, I know when the first bout started, in particular on our sister channel SABC3, the first fight that went on air, people went crazy because it's obviously something that they wish to see and want to see ultimate athletes like yourselves go head to head.
MMA is a beautiful sport. And I think fighting has been in our nature since the beginning of time. Human beings can't exist without it. And now they put people like us into a cage, and we don't function very well in other civilization. But when we're in there, we get to shine. We truly show that martial arts is an art.
Yeah, I think that's probably the big question. Is that a lot of people think you are brawlers, you just go out there to beat each other up, but it's actually. It's ultimate sport. It's the fittest of the fittest, isn't it?
We're still individuals when we're out there.
Yeah.
So each individual has his advantages, his disadvantages, his strengths, his weaknesses. And he's also got some of his signature moves. So we become, and people fall in love with the character. So they start to understand you, they know your story. And I think they find it to see someone go out there and give it their all, to see the human spirit displayed in that arena. It's just a wonderful thing to observe.
We'll get to troublemaker. Nkazimulo, let's get to you. King Zulu. That's how you go by. It's a big one coming up this weekend. You've been there. You've held that title belt. You want to have it around your waist again. Featherweight, bantamweight, interim belts come up this weekend. Always the question. You're going up a bit of a weight division, but it's the hunger of wanting that thing around you that keeps you going, isn't it?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for calling me King Zulu. But no, I was looking
at your Twitter handle.
No, it's just fans calling me King Zulu.
Yes.
My name is Nkazimulo Zulu, and I'm no king, but I'm from the royalty family, so I can't call myself a king. Okay, cool. Yeah, I had that belt once before. I fought against Charlie Weyer, and I managed to stop him like in the first round, if I remember very well, and get the victory. And on the 10th of August, I wanna do it again. I wanna bring it back where it belongs.
But it won't be easy because this man is sitting right inside.
When it comes to kings, you must be very specific, because the bantamweight king is sitting right here.
I think that's a question I asked Nkazimulo as well.
You cannot be a king when you don't have a crown.
The 10th of August, the 10th of August, observe me, love my crown.
Here's the question then. How tough is it to face off, in particular with you Faeez? You're facing off southpaw in the sense of a fighter. Nkazimulo has got all these tricks. We've seen him in the octagon. I've watched him a couple of times. I've seen you as well. Somebody who's got an extensive record. I mean, you yourself, 6, I think you've got 8 bouts under your belt.
Yes.
Nkazimulo, I think, is on 13 or 14. How do you go against somebody who's, I want to say, experienced? A couple of more fights more than you. There's a lot of experience in there, isn't it?
If you look at me, throughout my martial arts career, I've always faced more experience, guys. The truth is, when you, regardless of who you fought, when you stand across from me, it's a different thing. It's you can't prepare for someone like me. You don't know what's coming. Every fight, something different is coming. And that's the question you should ask yourself, is how do you prepare for someone that's truly unpredictable?
How do you prepare, Nkazimulo?
To prepare a guy like him is very easy for me. First of all, experience, it counts. He doesn't have that kind of experience that I have. I've been overseas in the UFC. I've trained with Henry Cejudo and I learned from him. And now I'm training with a good team at Apex. So I have experience and I have more tools than he has.
Yeah, but if you look at your stats, pound for pound, well, you know, toe for toe strikings, you got 70%, he's at 80. On your takedowns, you're 10%, he's at 15, or you're 15 rather, he's at 10%. So you pretty much evenly matched going to this. The only difference would be the fights under your belts, and I don't think it's going to be that easy, particularly because
there's no
when it comes to a title fight, you know,
it's
about on the day who's more hungry, so to speak, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't be hungry, but if you're going against someone that is also hungry and who's got more experience than you,
it's gonna boil down.
It's a different kind of game.
It's gonna boil down to who wants it more in there, who's willing to bleed for it, who's willing to sweat for it, and possibly who's willing to die for it.
Nkazimulo mentioned something, Faeez, the fact that I know you had, I think you had the challenger out at UFC? Overseas. I think you enjoyed the challenger. How big, Faeez, is the comparison as far as that is concerned with the EFC? Because surely I'm looking at the progression of the EFC. I think we can match it pound for pound. It's just that maybe on that side they've got more fights and it's a bigger pool to choose from. How big is it compared, the EFC as compared to the Americans?
Well, it's a huge difference. It's local versus it's here we have Africa's best.
Yeah,
that's the world's best in the UFC. In my opinion, the question comes from a nature of he's coming from there. I agree, but what happened when he was there? He did fairly well, but he didn't stay there. He didn't stay there on the best. He had to come back to Africa.
The question, I mean, it goes to the question: how do we get our standards? I mean, obviously the EFC is our baby here on the continent. How do we get our standards, if I can put in, for lack of a better word, to compete head toe to toe with that, you know, competition?
You give it your all. You give it your all every single day, and you make sure that you show up on your best, and you hold the South African flag high, and you go there and you put on a performance.
Yeah.
To me, it's individual per individual. So as if I had to go over there, I'd give it my absolute everything, like I have for this fight. I've had tons and tons of people come in. I've worked with all sorts of body types, southpaws, orthodox.
Yeah.
It's all the same thing at the end of the day. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's a faceless man with advantages, with tendencies, with habits, and that you can prepare for.
Yeah, we're running out of time. Quickly, Nkazimulo, let's speak about this weekend. Let's wrap it up for as far as our viewers concerned. It's one to look out for. It is one for the ages between the two of you. A lot of expected. We're expecting from this fight.
Yeah, I can tell you guys that you can expect a finish. I'm gonna finish this guy, and I'm just gonna go back to your last question. I think he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's never been there. The guys there, they have fans. If you're talking about the athlete that is doing MMA there, he's got like big sponsors that they behind him. So they do nothing else. They focus on training and getting ready to go and put on the show. So he doesn't know what he's talking about, and the guys there, they like five years ahead of us. Yeah. So they more experienced. That thing started there in America, so you can't compare us with them. So in terms of UFC and EFC, obviously EFC is not only in Africa; it's also worldwide. So as well as EFC, as well as UFC
from the UK.
Yes. You just said it's only here in Africa, so I disagree with that.
Faeez, let's wrap with you. Weekend, our viewers are watching and they're saying, "Ish, why should I go there? What is Faeez going to offer me?"
When you watch Faeez fight, you are at the edge of your seat and you never know what's coming. You never know what's coming, and it's excitement every second.
Somebody said they see your blows coming from a mile away.
Somebody's lying. Because when I'm flying through the air, kicking people in the face, I don't think he would have, if he saw that coming, I don't think he would have kept his face in the way from my foot.
Tell you what, I've been wanting to do this for our viewers. I've been wanting to do this. It's something I see on TV. It is called the face-off. I know after this we're going to announce the winner because we had a competition running for the winners to go and watch this fight. Let's have a face-off, gentlemen. I've wanted to do this all my life. I'm going to stand up for this one, and Nkazimulo must be on my right-hand side. There you go. Gentlemen, this is the official face-off this weekend. EFC81, our sister channel SABC Sports and Thrill Habits. There we go. Take it away. Now with that, whilst these two gentlemen are facing off, let's quickly show you who the victor of those tickets. This, of course, for EFC81. There it is on your screens. Congratulations, Hartman Bierkes. You shall get yourself double tickets to watch EFC81. That will be in Pretoria, Maine this weekend, the 10th of August. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Wishing you the best of luck. I'll definitely be watching you. I'll be here in studio, so I'll definitely be watching you on our sister channel SABC Sports 13, and may the best man win in as far as that is concerned. And with that, we say bye-bye. But before we leave, this is what you can expect. Take it away.
Anyone who wants to fight Zulu Boy, I'm ready. I'm gonna be a champion soon.
Zulu Boy, one of the most feared strikers worldwide.
Who here would want to see me fight for the belt? Give me the opportunity and watch me shine.
Troublemaker, he wants a title shot.
On Saturday, 10 August, Nkazimulo Zulu takes on Faeez Jacobs for the interim EFC bantamweight championship.
Big shots. Nkazimulo Zulu is so accurate with his hands. Ladies and gentlemen, Zulu Boy, the troublemaker, does it again. Faeez Jacobs, he wants that title shot.
Now it's time to play. This is Troublemaker's world.
Plus, the audacious Tumisang the President Madiba runs it back against wrestling phenom Pierre Buerta. EFC81, live from Times Square, Pretoria.